Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Rainbow Tarot UK here. Lovely to have you here. If you're a returning viewer or subscriber, then thank you so much for being here, for joining me for another pick a card reading. And if you're new, then welcome. It's always lovely to have new people on the channel. So today's reading we are doing, does your ex still have feelings for you? And if they do, what are those feelings? And, would they like to do anything about it? Would they like to, do they have an intention behind those feelings? So we've got our three piles. We've got pile number one, which is this card here with a lovely little red heart, and the Labradorite stone. That is pile number one. Pile number two, which is this beautiful green heart with all the green around it. Sorry, pink heart with all the green around it. And this gorgeous green Aventurine. And then part number three, which is the white dove. The white dove here and the white calcite, little calcite stone. So those are your three piles. Take a minute to choose the one that you feel the most drawn to. That's probably got the messages for you. There might be more than one pile, which is fine. You might want to choose different piles for different people. And remember that the reading is, just a general reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and it's timeless, so it should be good for whenever you are finding it. But other than that, I'll see you in your reading. Bye for now. Hey pile number one, and welcome back to your reading. So today's reading is, isn't it, does your ex still have feelings for you? And you chose to come into the reading under this message card actually, and I'm just noticing three little butterflies there and the red heart here, but it says only time will tell. So I suppose it depends on where you are with your ex. Maybe for some of you, you've only just split up, and they haven't had time to properly reflect on, whether they still have feelings for you. Maybe you both gone your separate ways at that time. Maybe you're both okay with that, or they were okay with that. But sometimes, we can have nostalgia, can't we? We can think back, you only, realise what you've lost when it's gone. It's that sort of energy to it. So it could be around that for some of you. But it depends on where you are in your ex situation. But anyway, let's leave that there. You also chose the Labradorite, beautiful Labradorite. Now, Labradorite is a stone of transformation actually, and transition and going through change. And you've also got a couple of butterflies here on your card. So it could be that this person's feelings are transforming and changing, and and that's why you've got only time will tell, because they're going through a bit of a transformative transition really around how they feel about you. So that could be what's going on for some of you. But anyway, now I haven't done any pre-shuffling today, so I'm just going to get straight to some oracle cards, and I'm going to ask, does pile number one's person or ex, does pile number one's ex specifically, because that's what we're looking at, your ex, does their ex still have feelings for number one? Do they still have feelings for number one? Well, that one's coming right out there, so let's see what that one says. Direction, card number 12, direction. Okay. Right, let's see what else we've got. Oh, sorry, there we go. Thank you very much if you have subscribed, if you have given me a thumbs up, if you've commented. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for doing that. It makes a huge difference. It means the channel can grow and I can do more readings like this one. I can give the channel more time. So if you feel like you want to do that at the end of this reading, because you like the reading, then please do. So let's see, how does pile number one's ex, do they still have feelings for pile number one? Pile number one's ex still have feelings for pile number one. So let's see what we've got here. Trumpet gentian, power and healing. To get what you love, you first have to be patient with what you have. Okay. Right. Yeah, it kind of, there may have to be a bit of healing in this situation before they can decide whether they still have. Something might have happened in this situation. I feel I get a sense that they may have gone, they may have flown away, or you may have flown away, and they feel like they're on a path or they're on a direction. And maybe at the moment it just means that they are not thinking too much about the connection right now. But I kind of get the sense that maybe it's because it's too soon, or it's too raw, or feelings are too raw. There needs to be some healing before they can look back and reflect and understand. Even they might not even know what their feelings are. That's the other thing. They might be, a bit kind of unclear, and that might be why you've got direction, because they're sort of, they don't know what direction they're going in, if you know what I mean. But anyway, let's just see where they are in their life first. Number one. So first of all, just before we decide, before we get any information on what their feelings are for you, let's see where they are in their life, because this could be an ex that you haven't seen for 5 years. It could be an ex that you split up with 2 weeks ago. It could be somebody from your school days, or so not your school days hopefully, but your college days, or something like that. So we don't know where in the process this ex is. So let's find out what's going on for them. So what is going on in part number one's ex's life? Where are they right now in their life? Where is their ex right now in their life, please? The Star. Okay. Oh, Queen of Swords. Where are they right now in their life? 9 of Swords. Okay. Where is part number one's ex right now in their life? Where are they? Got that one. 5 of Cups. Okay, so this could be somebody. That's at the bottom of the deck. 7 of Cups. I feel like at the moment, your ex is probably not in that great a place, if I'm honest. And depending on where you are in relation to them, in the sort of where you are in terms of how recently you split up from them, it could be about you and them, or it could be that you're talking about an ex of 10 years ago that you haven't had much to do with. But I think in there, where they are in the moment, is there's a lot of stress for them with the 9 of Swords. I feel like this person is really stressed, very anxious. They may be really allowing their thoughts to keep them up at night. It's almost like losing sleep because of the stress and the worry and the anxiety that they have. They are 5 of Cups is disappointment. They feel disappointed in their life at the moment. They feel unhappy. They are focused very much on what has gone wrong for them, maybe in their emotional life or in their relationships, because Cups, this is the 5 of Cups, and Cups is all about emotions and feelings. And this card in particular is about focusing on what's gone wrong in a situation, rather than seeing this beautiful cup that's behind them that's full of lovely colours and jewels. They're just looking at the cups that are spilling. So it's almost like crying over spilt milk, really. So I feel like your ex is not in a happy place, really, in their emotional life. I feel they're very, very stressed. They feel disappointment in their emotional life. Now, this might have something to do with you and them, and the split between you and them, again, depending on how recent that split is from them for you. Queen of Swords indicates, again, a sort of closed off energy. The Queen of Swords is somebody who has closed off their heart. They are protecting their heart. I feel like your ex might be quite a logical person, might be quite a rational person. They may find it hard to connect emotionally, or they're certainly finding it hard to connect emotionally right now in terms of where they are. Now, it may be that they're thinking that you have closed your heart off to them, that you are quite closed, because we have this Star card here. Now, interestingly, the Star card is about healing, and it's what I was saying here before, power and healing. I feel this person is needing actually to heal, because there's certainly a lot to heal from here. There's certainly a lot of loss, anxiety, disappointment, unhappiness. But it also shows somebody clearly here praying and wishing on a star. So I feel like your person is hoping and wishing for something better, maybe hoping and wishing for a new direction, or a direction about where to go in their life, that kind of thing. Maybe they want recognition. Maybe in a relationship or in their emotional life they want to be recognised, they want to be valued more. So maybe they didn't feel valued, or they don't feel valued currently where they are in their life. There's a lot of the overarching energy is the Seven of Cups. Now the Seven of Cups is like an indecisive energy. So again, that's probably why you've got the direction card here, because I feel like they're a bit directionless in terms of their life in general, and they need a direction. But they're a little bit undecided, they're indecisive. So I feel a lot of, where they are in their life at the moment is because they're a little bit indecisive. They maybe procrastinate quite a lot. Maybe they can't commit, so maybe there are issues with commitment. Maybe there are issues with emotional commitment, particularly, and being able to make a decision or properly commit and choose something and then stick at it, if you know what I mean. So they've got that kind of energy of being a bit non-committal, and that might be why you actually split up from them to begin with. But it also shows, this is also a card of dreaming, of having big group dreams. So I feel like your person is dreaming a lot, and hopefully, I feel like dreaming a lot for hope for a better situation for themselves going forward in terms of their life in general, but also in terms of their emotional life. I feel like they're really dreaming, hoping, wishing, but they're weighing up all their, there's a lot of, maybe they feel they've got a lot of options, or maybe there has been a lot of options for them, but it's actually caused them stress rather than caused them happiness. I feel like this person, it could be that they had a lot of options, they couldn't make a decision, they couldn't properly commit. That sort of energy where somebody's always kind of like thinking that the grass is greener, and they can't properly commit to anything, and then at the end of the day they end up with nothing because they haven't been able to commit fully to something or properly. So it has that kind of feel to it as well. So in terms of that's where I see where they're at in their life, which is that they maybe still have a little bit of hope, possibly for you and them, or just in their life in general. They still have dreams, they still have things that they aspire to, but they're quite cut off and closed off emotionally. They're a little bit stressed, or quite a lot stressed really. There's a lot of disappointment and unhappiness, but they're also somebody that kind of makes that worse, I think, by being a sort of a bit of a glass half empty kind of a person rather than a glass half full. So it could be something about the way that they could be quite, so in relationships, if you had a relationship with them, it could have been quite difficult to have a relationship with them, to connect with them emotionally, but also because they could be quite, it's difficult for them to see the good in situations, and that might be why you've got the reference to healing here, because I feel like they need to heal a little bit. They need to, they might have just had a lot of disappointments just generally in their life, which they need to heal from, so that they can feel a bit more whole as a person. Because when you feel more whole as a person, then you're more able to, you generally love yourself a bit more, and then you're more able to love others and sort of, have that reciprocated really. So that is where I see where your ex is at the moment. But let's see, how do they feel about you? Do they still have feelings for you? So I'm going to go with these, I think. So does part number one's ex still have feelings for part number one? Do they still have feelings for part number one here? That one wants to come out. Knight of Wands. Page of Cups. Ace of Wands. Okay. Do they still, and we've got two that's flipped out there. I didn't mean for two to come out, but we've got them. We've got the Knight of Pentacles, and we've got the Two of Swords. And what's at the bottom of the deck? The Nine of Wands. So yeah, I feel like this could be for some of you either a recent split or a split where there was a lot of, maybe some with the Nine of Wands here. So maybe it was quite a bad split, or it wasn't a very, it was a bit of an acrimonious split, or a split where they maybe they sort of still kind of harbour some grudges, or they feel you still harbour some grudges here in this situation with the Nine of Wands. And the Two of Swords as well, they sort of like there's a little bit of indecision. It goes under the Seven of Cups. So my feeling is that they definitely do still have feelings for you. There's certainly a lot of attraction. The Knight of Wands underneath the star. So I feel like the star is them wishing and praying and hoping. And actually I feel they could be wishing and praying and hoping for this connection. Because the Knight of Wands is a card of action, actually, rather than just feelings. This person I feel like your person might want to take some action because you've got two knights here. You've got the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Wands is about a passionate action, feeling a strong sense of chemistry, a strong sense of attraction. But you've also got the Knight of Pentacles, because the Knight of Wands can sometimes be a little bit of a player energy, a little bit of a sometimes a little bit of a selfish energy, but you've got the Knight of Pentacles too. So maybe this person, I feel, has sort of designs, I think, in many ways to take some action somehow, or feels drawn, or feels, you know, has the idea of maybe taking some action, or maybe sometimes has the idea of taking some action, because you've got the Two of Swords here, where they can begin something passionate with you, but also have something stable and solid with you, with the Knight of Pentacles here. Because look, this person is actually giving, is kind of giving the pentacle ball. It's almost like Harry Potter here, isn't it? When they used to play, what did they used to play on Harry Potter? I can't remember. Oh, they used to fly around on their broomsticks, didn't they? Try and chase this little ball. And it reminds me a little bit of that. And I feel like this person wants to give something solid to the connection somehow. Or offer something solid, but it's based also on a sort of an attraction for you. But the Page of Cups could be an apology, because the Page of Cups can be an apology. So again, that is a message. So there's quite a lot of cards of action in this. So I feel like with this particular person, they are thinking, or they want to seem to take action here. Maybe they want to make an apology, maybe they want to offer to start again in love, that kind of thing. But they definitely have, with the Page of Cups here, feelings of, you know, still feelings of attraction and starting anew with you, or certainly think that way. Ace of Wands, again, like a new beginning. So we've got a lot of, we've got the two inner cards, Page of Cups and Ace of Wands, which is references to new beginnings. So I think this person spends a lot of time thinking about how they can have a new beginning with you. And I think you're somebody that maybe stands out to them here with the Star card here, somebody that they recognise, somebody that they're very attracted to. I still feel there's a lot of attraction between you and this person, or certainly this person to you. But, you know, with the Two of Swords here, that is a situation that is stuck. So I feel like this person maybe feels this situation is stuck in terms of action, of actually doing anything about it. Because this, you know, you can see this witch is blindfold. Maybe they're thinking it requires a little bit of luck or a little bit of magic. It wouldn't, you know, it would need magic, it would need luck to get it back on track, because it is maybe stuck, or you've been out of contact with them for a long time, possibly for some of you. Now again, I'm being told to look at this card, which is the Page of Swords, which tells me that this person is still very curious about you. There's still a lot of curiosity about you. They still, look at all the books here, they're still doing all their research on you, they're still checking you out, they're still seeing what you're up to. They might again be thinking, should I message? What I feel like this person is, they are currently thinking and feeling, should I message pile number one? Should I make contact with pile number one? Should we begin again somehow? But it's something, I'm not sure, it's something that they, there's something that they've got doubts about too, because you've got the Nine of Wands and you've got the Two of Swords, and the Nine of Wands is this kind of defensive energy. It may be it's because they've been through a lot with you, or you've both been through a lot, so that could also be holding them back. Maybe the two of you, you know, you've gone through a lot of difficult times together, or there's been a lot of, you know, because this person's got a knife in her, is it a knife in her hand, or she's sort of ready to fight. So it might be that there's something like that going on. There was a lot of bad feeling or something like that in the connection, but as well as being a lot of attraction and chemistry and this kind of person's desire to come forward towards you in many ways. But I feel that they are a bit stuck in terms of whether they would do that. Maybe they're just thinking that's pie in the sky. I wouldn't be able to, you know, depending on where you are with this person, I wouldn't be able to come towards pile number one. You know, I need some magic. It's like almost like a dream, because actually the Labradorite is basically chasing after your dreams, aligning with kind of the idea of anything is possible. So maybe this person has this as a dream, that you are a bit of a dream to them, that you would be something that they would aspire to here with the Star card, somebody that they might want to fly back to at some point. But I feel at the moment maybe they're thinking this is not really realistic, I wouldn't really be able to do this with pile number one. But I'm still really curious about them with the Page of Swords. I still love to find out what they're up to, what they're doing, you know, how they are in themselves. But maybe, you know, we need a bit more time for healing. And that's probably why you've got Time Will Tell, because I feel like this person and you maybe need a bit more time before, you know, they could ever realistically act in the way that they're maybe feeling about you, really. But anyway, in terms of astrological signs, the Star is Aquarius, Queen of Swords is any of the air signs of Libra, Aquarius or Gemini. Nine of Swords is Gemini. Five of Cups is Scorpio energy, and Seven of Cups is also Scorpio. Knight of Wands could be any of the fire signs of Aries, Leo or Sagittarius. Page of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Ace of Wands, again, any of the fire signs of Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And the Knight of Pentacles, Capricorn, Taurus or Virgo. So those are just some of the astrological signs that I am seeing here. But anyway, pile number one, that has been your reading. I hope you've liked it. If you have, please do hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss an upload. And I will see you in your next reading. Bye for now. Hey pile number two, and welcome back to your reading. So today's reading is, isn't it, does your ex still have feelings for you? So you chose to come into this reading of this lovely pink heart here, and on the back this is actually a message card, and it says, Secret Admirer. Someone has deeper feelings for you than they are letting on. So maybe your ex is still checking you out, still likes you, still secretly feels something for you that you're not even aware of. So let's see. So obviously with an ex, you know, this kind of reading, you know, obviously you might have an ex from 2 weeks ago, or you might have an ex that you're talking about 10 years ago, or, you know, it could be you know, within the ex situation, it could be a lot of different time frames. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm just going to see where your ex is at in terms of where they are in their life right now. So I'm going to pull a couple of oracle cards to find out where they are. Sorry, I'm going to pull a couple of, I'm going to do a row on tarot cards on that, and then I'm going to do a row on how they, you know, if they still have feelings for you. But let's get some general oracle cards, because I haven't done any pre-shuffling for this reading, so let's do that. So, you know, does pile number two's ex still have feelings for them? Does pile number two's ex still have feelings for them? Let's find out. They still have feelings for pile number two, and that one wants to come out. Let's see what that is. This one says direction. That's interesting, because this one came out in pile number one. So if you feel drawn to pile number one, you might want to look at pile number one. I feel like with this card though, and it's got a secret admirer, I feel like they, you know, this, it's sort of almost like it feels like it's almost like a continuation. I feel like this person is maybe wanting to fly back, possibly. Card number 12, and 12 comes down to 3, doesn't it? 1, 2 is 3, and 3 is about, you know, being creative, being collaborative, joy, happiness, that kind of thing. So maybe they want to collaborate again, maybe they want to reconcile, I don't know, let's see. If they're your secret admirer, I feel like they might want to fly back somehow to you. But anyway, let's see what else we've got. What and how, you know, does pile number two's ex still have feelings for pile number two? Let's see what this says. Apple blossoms, choices, knowledge and illumination. White are the flowers of apple tree that brings us fruits of fertility. And that is an unknown quote. White are the flowers of apple tree that brings us fruit of fertility. Well, I mean, fertility is all about creativity. It's a bit like what I was saying about number 3. You know, growth, fertility, you know, abundance. that kind of thing. Okay, so let's see, let's have one more. This is actually a tarot deck I'm going to use. So what is part number two's ex's feelings? Do they still have feelings for part number two? This part number two's ex still have feelings for part number two. Please make it really clear for me. I feel like that. Oh, no, I don't feel like that one. Do they still have feelings for part number two? I feel that one there, sorry. Let's see what we've got here. The King of Swords. The King of Swords. Okay, so they might be a bit... I mean, Kings is a wise energy. Kings are always wise energy. I feel like maybe this person... I don't know why, but I'm just getting the sense of learning from their mistakes. Maybe they have learnt something from mistakes, become wiser in some way. Swords is all about communication and thoughts. And this person has actually, this fairy, I think it's a fairy, it's got these wings, I don't know if you can just see it, they've got these wings on their back, which reminds me of a butterfly. And when I first looked at this card, I thought it was a death card, which is about change and transformation, which is interesting. So I feel like this person might be learning or might have learnt something in the time that you have been apart, and maybe they are going through a transformative process, or they want the situation to transform in some way, to renew. I don't know, just to renew, something like that. There might be a lot of regret. This person is putting their head in their hands. The sword is down. So it might be a lot of regret that this person is feeling about how this situation went down. Maybe a lot of sadness as well. But with all this red here, there may still be a lot of passion, a lot of attraction, a lot of chemistry for them, because this is quite an unusual colour for the King of Swords. So it might be that they have to keep their feelings hidden. That they have to keep their feelings hidden because the King of Swords is usually quite a closed off energy. Emotionally, somebody that's not going to be open about how they're feeling, or certainly not going to be gushing about their feeling. But because this particular King of Swords is all red and pink, which is, you know, and sort of like a bit of orange here, it just makes me feel they've got a lot of feelings for you still, and they've also got a lot of passion and desire here still in this collection. But they might not be open about it, or they might not be able to be open about it, and that would actually go with the secret admirer, where they have to keep it under wraps, maybe because of the situation they're in or that you're in, I don't really know, it depends on where you are in the connection. But let's find out first of all, before we get to what they're, you know, whether they still have feelings for you, let's find out where they are in their life, because, you know, you might be asking about somebody that you haven't seen, like I say, for a long time, or you haven't heard from, or you don't know, and you're just curious. You know, maybe the situation meant a lot to you at that time. Maybe, you know, you obviously still hold a light in your heart for them, but, you know, a lot of time might have passed. So where is part number two's? Yeah, where are they in their life right now? Where is part number two's ex? How are they in their life right now? How are they feeling? What's going on for them? Four of Wands, they might be married. You know, this ex might be married. They might be settled. They might be committed. Where are they in their life right now? The Hanged Man. The Hierophant. And the Seven of Pentacles, right, okay. And the overarching energy is the Lovers. Okay, so what it makes me feel is this person that you're inquiring about could be in a committed relationship here, because you've got the Four of Wands here, which does, you know, traditionally talk about marriage and commitment. You've even got a church, it looks like a church here in the middle of this Four of Wands. And so does the Hierophant. So this is also a card of commitment, really. So it makes me feel that this particular ex you're asking about is in either married or in a committed situation. And maybe they chose that person over you, I don't know. But they're not, I don't get the sense that they're overly kind of happy in it, or that they're questioning it. I think that's what it is. Maybe they're questioning it. Maybe it's like that sort of 7-year itch kind of feeling, and they're thinking, well, you know, or maybe it's going through some issues. So it's maybe a committed situation, but it's going through some questioning, some reflection, because you've got the Hanged Man here, which is somebody that needs to have, you know, the Hanged Man is usually somebody who's got to go in, get a new perspective, reflect, look at things from a different point of view. So maybe it comes in between the Four of Wands and the Hierophant. They are looking at things with fresh eyes in terms of whatever situation they're in, or they feel it needs a new perspective, or they need to do things differently, or they are questioning it. They're looking for some guidance, some sort of enlightenment. So it makes me feel they're slightly unhappy where they are. They're not completely 100% into it, whereas maybe they were before. The Seven of Wands it could be that they're in a committed situation, but it's on pause. So they could be in a situation where they're coming to separation from someone. It could be you. I mean, it could be that you were in this committed situation with them, but now you've come into separation with them, and they are your ex, and it's on pause. And this person is thinking, well, actually, this situation is on pause. So they could be thinking this situation is on pause. It's not completely over. Or it could be if it's about you and it's a recent split or something like that. So maybe this is you and them. You've come into separation. You are now in an ex situation. Maybe it was a committed situation. And it came into separation. It came into pause. Somebody wasn't happy in the situation. And it's kind of, it's on a pause, literally hanging in suspension. Because the Seven of Pentacles is also in a card of being on pause, working out what you need to do to get it back on track. That could be one way of reading it, or it could be that this person is in a committed situation. Somebody you've known from years ago, they're in a committed situation, but they're not really happy in that situation. Or that situation might have come into separation. It might be on pause. It might be in a reflection mode where, they're thinking, is this somebody that I want to go back to? Now, the overarching energy is the Lovers, which, of course, is choices in love. So, this person is feeling, there's definitely... if it was a committed situation that they were in, depending on where this person is, that in their life, in terms of in relation to you and how much of an ex they are from 1 year ago, 10 years ago, whatever, this connection was a significant connection for them, because you've got the Lovers card, the Four of Wands, the Hierophant. This is a significant connection for them, but the Lovers also talks about choice. So it could be that they've become dissatisfied with that, and there might be another option for them in their life, that you're the person that you're inquiring about. Or it could be that they're thinking about you, that you are that other option, that you are that other person that they are secretly admiring, that they secretly feel something for, that they want to, they have this passion and desire for, and this, funny enough, it says choices here, choices, knowledge, illumination. They feel that you are still a choice for them, that you are somebody that they felt this strong bond with, or they feel this strong bond with, because the Lovers card can be twin flame soulmate energy, and so can the Four of Wands. So those are some of the ways in which you could read it, depending on where this, how much of an ex this person is, whether you split up with them 2 weeks ago, or whether you split up with them 10 years ago. But I definitely feel that this person at the moment in their life has had a committed relationship, or they are in a committed relationship, but they're either dissatisfied with it or they're in separation from it. And they feel they've got choices, and that choice could include you. Certainly with all these cards, I feel that they are still harking back maybe to the connection that they had with you. Maybe wondering whether they made the right choice if they came into separation from you and they went off with somebody else, or they committed to somebody else, or something like that. So in terms of astrological signs, then the Four of Wands is Aries energy. Hanged Man is Pisces. Hierophant is Taurus. Seven of Pentacles is also Taurus. And the Lovers is Gemini. Okay, so let's see, how... do they still actually have feelings for you? So does pile number 2's ex still have feelings for pile number 2? 3 of Cups. 10 of Cups. Okay. Do they still have feelings for pile number... I mean, it could be as well that, you were in a 3-way situation with this person. They are in a committed situation, or you're in a committed situation, and, but you have this kind of situation with them going on, this relationship with them going on, and it's about making a choice. It's about making a choice between between two people, something like that. Does pile number 2's ex You know, in the situation when you're with them, maybe you're in a three-way situation. Does part number two's ex still have feelings for part number two? Eight of Wands. I feel like that one was. I feel like that one actually. And the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, and the overarching energy is the Nine of Cups. Well, 100% part number two. Without a doubt, that probably goes with your first card and the Secret Admirer. I mean, your ex definitely still has feelings, but you are a wish fulfillment for them. Because, and I've just got a little message on my computer with a little heart on it, from one of, you know, from my son again actually. But it also wanted to bring, sorry I say that again because I remember I did a reading a few, gosh, I think it was a few readings back, and I got a little message coming up from him again. But I mean, it's coming to this reading and it makes me feel that they would love to message you, that they would love to tell you how they feel, they would love to open up their heart to you, because you are a wish fulfillment here with the Nine of Cups, and it comes right under the Lovers card. So it makes me feel that they definitely do still have feelings for you. I mean, the Three of Cups, there might have been a bit of a three-way situation with the reference to the Lovers as well. It could be a bit of a three-way situation here. But the Ten of Cups is, you know, tens are excess of anything, and you've got the Ten of Cups here, which is an excess of emotional happiness. They might feel that they want to have, you know, they want to be with you, they want to have a family with you, that you provide, you know, emotional fulfillment on every level. The Eight of Wands says to me, this person actually wants to, and it goes to the direction card and sort of flying towards you. They're actually quite similar. I feel like there's a sense of speed with this person, of wanting to come towards you, of wanting to be with you. Maybe, because this is like a little postmistress, maybe wanting you to send you a message again, to deliver something to you, because she's got a little bag on her back with a little envelope sign in it. It makes me feel this person wants to bring you a message or send you a message, or come and hand deliver you something, or send you something, but certainly move towards you in some way. The Knight of Pentacles is also a card of action, but it's a bit slower. So maybe the desire is to move quickly towards this situation, but they're going to do it slowly. I think that, but they definitely do want to take action. I don't feel this is something that they just want to, you know, because I feel like there's a lot of reference to movement and to taking action. But I think their desire would be, with all the red here, to come forward towards you quickly. But I think for some reason they are maybe deciding that they actually need to be sensible and do it slowly. Maybe they're trying to figure out how they're going to do that. But I feel their desire is definitely to be with you, that you bring a sense of happiness. The Three of Cups is also about, and it's funny because I was thinking about 3 here, wasn't I, when I said 12 cancels down to 3. So they're flying towards you. The direction is towards you, because you represent happiness. I feel like you represent happiness to them. But maybe at the moment, you know, there's something sort of like meaning that something's there that's meaning that they've got to do it slowly in some way. So it could be another situation or something around them that means they have to take things slowly. But they definitely want a tangible, something tangible with you. But you are 100% this person's wish fulfillment. They really, really, really do find you very attractive. They care a lot about you. I think they still really care about you. You know, that you are someone that they, you know, this person is sitting in their library, you know, they are thinking about, that they are wishing over, dreaming about maybe, certainly. So, yeah, is there anything else that I want to say here? Anything else for pile number 2? Let's have one more card on. Let's see, what else does pile number 2's ex still have feelings for pile number 2? Do they still have feelings for pile number 2, please? Please make it very clear for me. Do they still have feelings for pile number 2? The Knight of Wands. The Knight of Spears is the Knight of Wands. Now again, the Knight of Wands is a card of action. So, I mean, Knights are cards of action. They're a card of movement. So again, Wands, Spears is Wands. And Spears is all about, Knight of Wands is all about passion. Feeling very attracted to somebody, feeling like there's a lot of chemistry, feeling like they really want to come towards you. It goes with the direction, so there's a lot of intense emotions and chemistry, but I feel this person doesn't just want to, I feel this person wants to take action. I feel like this person definitely wants to take action towards you actually. They feel a strong sense of attraction to you. But anyway, part number 2, that's been your reading. I hope you've liked it. If you have, please do hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now. Hey, pile number 3, and welcome back to your reading. So in today's reading we're doing, aren't we, does your ex still have feelings for you? Now obviously with a reading like this, like I was saying in the other 2 piles, you know, you might have an ex from somebody that you split up with very recently, or you might be asking about somebody from many, many years ago. So just to be aware of that. So let's see what we've got here. So you've got this beautiful white dove with a little olive branch here, extending, you know, representing peace, extending, you know, the idea of peace maybe, or reconciliation or something like that, I don't know. But on the back it says, you may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there is always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. Okay, so let's see. And also the little beautiful little white calcite here. So I'm going to put that there. So let's first of all just get some oracle cards. I haven't pre-shuffled any oracle cards today. I just thought we'd just do it all on camera. So let's see. So how does pile number 3's ex, does pile number 3's ex still have feelings for pile number 3? You know, what are those feelings? Do they still have feelings for pile number 3? I'm going to say, well, 2 seem to want to come out, so I'm going to take out 2. I didn't get 2 in the first 2, but these seem to want to come out. So this is mimicry. Mimicry, okay, and then we've got direction. Nah, this is uncanny. This card has come out in every single reading, so you might want to look at some of the other readings if you feel drawn to them. Mimicry. We've got this dog here, haven't we? Card number 30, and also funnily enough, this is 30 is 3, and 1 and 2 for card number 12 cancels down to 3 as well. I mean, this is making me feel that maybe something in this situation, maybe somebody was loyal in this situation, but somebody wasn't loyal or wasn't very kind. Because mimicry, when we mimic someone, I don't know, it has a flavour of being a little bit unkind, doesn't it? That's how I feel anyway. So yeah, and also this, the way this card is, so where the dog is, it has all these beautiful flowers and it looks a lot nicer, a lot nicer environment. Where the crow is, it looks very stormy and cloudy and cold. So maybe there was a lack of, that might be why you've got the dove of peace there. So maybe somebody wasn't very kind in this connection or something like that. But somebody was really loyal and trustworthy and honest. Maybe somebody was false with the mimicry. Something like that. So maybe your ex was like that in the situation and you were very loyal and honest. Pile number 3. And funnily enough, it's 3 and 3, so it makes me think of pile number 3. So maybe you were that person who was loyal and honest. But anyway, let's, first of all, before we look at whether they still have feelings for you, let's find out where they are in their life, because, like I said, I don't know where you are in terms of your situation with your ex, whether it's 10 years ago, whether it's 2 months ago. So, you know, what's going on in their life, really. Let's find out that, first of all. Thank you very much for subscribing, liking, giving me a thumbs up, commenting. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for doing that. It does make it does make a huge difference to the channel and also to my motivation. So if you feel like you really like the reading, then please do, any one of those things would be gratefully received. But anyway, let's see. So where is pile number 3's person's, where's from pile number 3's ex in their life right now? What's going on for them in their life right now? The 7 of Swords, yeah, so that makes me feel this person might be a bit untrustworthy, or may have been a bit untrustworthy in the connection, or with the mimicry here, may have been not being who they really are, or because this person has a hoodie over them, you can't really see their face. So with the mimicry, pretending to be something that they're not, or pretending to be, not really the real thing, if you know what I mean, something like that. Where is pile number 3's ex right now in their life? Ace of Cups, Knight of Swords, and the Hermit. Right, and the overarching energy is the King of Cups. So I feel like at the moment, where they are is, I think they know that they need to heal. That's kind of what I'm getting with this person. I think they know they need to heal, and that's why you've got this white dove here. They need to. I think maybe before they weren't very balanced as a person, or they weren't, or there was some falsehood to them, or something that they were trying to not reveal about themselves, or some behaviour that wasn't quite right. And now they're trying to fill up themselves with self-love, because the Ace of Cups can be about your own feelings of self-love, because you've got this kind of cup against your heart, really, and the Ace is a new beginnings, really. So it makes me feel this person is wanting to learn from their mistakes. You've got the Hermit card here, which, funny enough, is quite a similar sort of pose to the King of Cups. So I feel like this person is doing a lot of reflection, a lot of self. With the Hermit, maybe they're on their own. I don't get the sense that they are with anyone else at the moment. They might be on their own. They may want a new beginning in love with the Ace of Cups here, so they may want to be in a new situation, but I don't feel that they are, possibly. The Hermit, because the Hermit is an alone energy, is somebody who is taking a lot of time to reflect, to find light, find enlightenment in many ways. Because I feel like this person might have been, there might be lots of behaviours to this person that sort of self-sabotaging for whatever relationship they're in, but also for themselves and for their own happiness, really. They lacked maybe loyalty before. There was a kind of, sort of falseness to them. And now they're reflecting on that, because the King of Cups is also this, and here we have 5 of Pentacles that wants to come out. So there's a lot of unhappiness, being left out in the cold. Maybe they feel left out in the cold just generally in their life. They feel quite unhappy in their life, and it could have been because they've had certain behaviours that haven't been quite right, or certain behaviours that have been influenced maybe by their past baggage or past events that meant that they took on, they acted from their shadow, and that could have been because they had have had difficult experiences in their life where they haven't been shown love. I feel like this person might have not been shown a lot of love when they were young, when they were small, and so they find it difficult to be loving in relationships, and it's meant that sometimes they've gone down the wrong path for themselves. In many respects, but they feel out in the cold. They still feel that sense of loss and sense of lack. They may feel a sense of lack in their love life, but just in their life generally. And I think they're trying to fill up now. They're trying to heal. I think that's why they've got the white dove here, because this person is trying to heal all the mistakes that they feel they might have made. They're trying to give themselves a lot of love. They're trying to maybe practice things in their life that enables them to feel more love for themselves and love for others. You know, I'm just getting the sense that they might be doing meditation, they may be going on retreats, they may be doing a lot of relaxation, a lot of maybe complementary therapies, that kind of thing, to help them to heal. Now, the Knight of Swords here, the Knight of Swords talks about speedy action. Okay, speedy action. It's kind of reminding me of this one as well, because they're both, you can't see their face. You can't see their face in either one of them. So it makes me feel this person might have left you, or they might leave situations very quickly. They might come in and out of situations very quickly, and when it gets a bit too much for them, they leave. They run for the hills, kind of thing, and they do it in secret, or they do it unexpectedly, or they do it. Yeah, they sort of throw the person that they're with off guard. They might have a pattern of, you know, beginning something and then leaving it very quickly when it all gets a bit too much for them, because, you know, emotionally it's difficult for them to connect. It could be something like that. Or they feel that they can't really give the real thing in a relationship. They can only sort of, you know, pretend. And it could be that it's not their fault. They just don't know how. They and I think it's got something to do with the fact that they don't know how to be loving, because maybe they haven't had love. Now, I'm not saying, you know, this sex might have caused you a lot of pain with the Seven of Swords here. They might have been quite cruel, actually, or quite nasty in their behaviour. And I'm not excusing that, but I'm just saying I feel it comes from a place of them holding on to a lot of baggage, maybe from early years, where they weren't treated right themselves. They don't know how to be any different. And I think now they're trying to reflect on that and to be more loving. And they might want to apologise to you if they've behaved badly. With this white dove of peace and this olive branch, they might actually want to apologise that for all this reflection and self-love, and they may actually realise that they behaved badly, and they may want to apologise to you. They may want to, you know, say, I'm sorry, really. But anyway, let's see whether they actually have any feelings for you. Still have. So, does pile number 3's ex still have feelings for pile number 3? If they do, what are they? Do they still have feelings? I feel again 2 wanting to come out here. So we have Magnolia, nobility and self-esteem. There is nothing noble in being superior to your fellow men. True nobility lies in being superior to your former self. Now that's interesting, and this is that's a quote by Ernest Hemingway, because I feel that this person might have always wanted to try to get one up on people. Might have always thought that, you know, through tricky energy or through difficult energy, might have thought that they were, you know, might have been a bit of arrogance to this person. But now I think they're beginning to realise actually their mistakes, and that, you know, it's about being superior to your former self, that they want to rise above what they were before, really. Daffodil, rebirth and new beginnings. New beginnings are often disguised as painful endings. And that is a quote by Lao Tzu. Okay, I think that's how you pronounce it. So let's see. So both of these are sort of Magnolia's white and daffodils are yellow. Okay, so let's see what they. Does pile number 3's ex still have feelings for pile number 3? Do they still have feelings for pile number 3? Temperance. Yeah, I think they want. I think they want healing. Knight of Pentacles. Oh no. Do they still have feelings for pile number 3? 10 of Wands. And the Lovers card. And the overarching energy is the Fool. That's interesting, because the Fool is about a new beginning, and you've got new beginnings here. So this says new beginnings. So it makes me feel that this person maybe wants to have a new beginning with you. It might be a bit of a risk here with the Fool card. They maybe want a rebirth. in some way. But because it says new beginnings are often disguised as painful endings, I mean, the Ten of Wands, it might have been a really difficult relationship. But I think they want, the Ten of Wands is like the end of a tough cycle. Got the Ten of Wands here. The end of this really tough cycle where things might have been really heavy. So it makes me feel that they want the end of that. The Knight of Pentacles is very slow action, sort of taking really slow action. I feel they want healing. I feel like this person would want healing with you. They'd want to balance things out, particularly if they've behaved badly. Now, interestingly, on this one, you've got a lot of lotus flowers on here. And lotus flowers are those, you know, I think in Buddhism, they're symbolic of life, you know, that the fact that you have to, in life, sometimes you have to go through a lot of trials and tribulations to get to, you know, where you want to be. And the lotus flower has to push up through the mud and go through a lot of difficulty before it can open out as this beautiful, pristine flower. So again, that is about change and transformation and challenges, overcoming challenges. So I feel like this person wants healing. They maybe want to extend the olive branch in some way. They maybe want to apologise. They may be believing, maybe they're believing that you might be in a relationship with somebody else. And maybe they're in a relationship with somebody else at the moment, but they're still thinking about you. Because the Lovers card is a card of significance in a love reading. So I feel like when we're asking about whether they still have feelings for you, then because you've got the Lovers, I would say they definitely do. But there might be a third option, there might be a third element in this situation. Either you might be with somebody else or they might be with somebody else. But I would say that they still see you as a very... And I'm just noticing the snakes up here and the moon. Yeah. So, I mean, it just makes me feel that this person, you know, although they are healing here, it makes me feel that they might still, because, you know, we've got all this kind of, you know, we're working from the shadow. It can take years to get over those habits. So I feel there might still be a little bit of a habit with this person to maybe be a little bit shady. And they might be thinking that you could be the third element or something like that. Or there is a third element at the moment in the situation. But they do want, overall, I think they are trying to heal and get over those kinds of behaviours. But it may be that they just want to dip the toe. They'd want to kind of dip their toe in the water and see if you would be receptive to them in some way for a kind of new beginning. But I think it's a new beginning of healing, maybe a friendship initially rather than anything else, because it might be that you and them are both committed elsewhere. So maybe it's sort of like, let's just test the water. Let's just test the water. Let's just see if we can be friends. I know you're with somebody, I'm with somebody. But there's still something about that makes me think there might be a bit of also an ulterior motive in thinking, well, you know, perhaps we could have something here, even though we're both in committed situations. So there might be a little bit of that energy still within them, really, that they haven't quite healed properly from. So it's just something to be aware of. With them, pile number 3. But let's have one more card. What other card should we have? Does pile number 3's ex still have feelings for pile number 3? Do they still have feelings for pile number 3? I think they'd want to do it very slowly. I don't think they'd want to come towards you and maybe offer this this apology or this extend, you know, the hand of peace, if you like. I think they'd want to do that very slowly because it might be a bit risky, and it could be a bit risky because you're both settled elsewhere, and so they might be thinking, well, you know, my pile number 3 might be thinking, well, why are you approaching me, or what's going on here? And you might be right to think like that, pile number 3, because there might be something you know, they might secretly want something a bit more than just a friend here, but they might be presenting it as initially as let's kind of just, let's just say hi to each other again. Let's just reconnect, see where we're both at. There might be a bit of a, you know, something else. There might be a bit of a testing the waters to see if they could get something else, really. But they are, on the whole, I think, trying to overcome those sort of sneaky habits, really. What have we got here? The Ace of Pentacles, yeah. So, it's sort of like the beginnings. I feel like with the Ace of Pentacles here, their feelings are the beginnings of maybe making it. So if you've been in separation from a long time, or there was no contact, or something like that. I feel like the Ace of Stones, it says the Ace of Stones here, but it's the beginnings of something, because aces are new beginnings. Again, you've got a lot of new beginnings in this spread. The beginnings of something tangible, so some sort of, maybe some small steps with the Knight of Pentacles to kind of like maybe kind of bring this connection back into the 3D, really, for each of you, to bring it back into your world if you haven't had much contact. So I think their feelings are to sort of but to do it in a very slow way, in a very sensible way, in a very sort of, you know, like as a sort of a friendship thing initially. But I just think that they still have these feelings for you that maybe, you know, that they're not going to be upfront with immediately. Something like that, but they're definitely there. But anyway, in terms of astrological signs, I mean, the Seven of Swords, that is, I think have I already said this? I'm not sure if I have. So the Seven of Swords is Aquarius energy. Ace of Cups could be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Knight of Swords is any of the air signs of Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Obviously, you've got the Lovers, that's also Gemini. Hermit energy is Virgo. Ten of Wands is Sagittarius. Knight of Pentacles, any of the earth signs of Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Yeah, and we've also got, yeah, so that's some of the astrological signs that I am seeing. But is there anything else? But I think that's it. That's all I've got for you today, part number 3. I hope you liked your reading. If you have, please do hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss an upload. But otherwise, I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now.